Wait, let's get into the chat because Aiden Ross, there's a comment pinned in here. He just commented and said, Neon, I promise you they trying to belittle you and disrespect you. You shitting on all of them. They are weird as fuck.
Talking about who?
Us in here. The chat is live in the breakfast club.
He's shitting on them.
Anyway, go ahead.
That's what Aiden Ross.
Well, this is not Aiden Ross's interview, so fuck him too.
Wait, hold on. We're all friends, okay? You know, I think...
The comment is pinned in the chat.
I think...
I'm in the chat with the W.
You feel like we trying to belittle you, Neon?
I think, you know, as, you know, we should all come together and all just spread...
Man, fuck that kumbaya shit.
No, wait, all right, come on, that's my guy.
I don't give a fuck. Listen, Harriet Tubman, my aunt, nigga. You think I give a fuck? I don't give a fuck.
You're comparing something now to like...
I'm not gonna lie, your chat is wild racist.
Yo, they right there. They like, yo, they
black dick, monkey, watermelon, OG.
I'm literally looking and I don't see any of that.
What? They race baiting. This fuck short hair monkey. They race baiting. Fuck.
It's moving too fast. Yeah, whoa.
Fuckers was here, they wouldn't say it at all. That's another thing about, you know, streaming and just being behind.
You also have to understand this isn't my. This is the internet. This is not just my chat, my community, right? This is the internet. The internet, just like me back then, would say whatever they want.
Yeah.
So this isn't like a representation of me, obviously.
But it's funny though, because the reality is,
It's not.
I know this is a bunch of kids in here who don't know no better. But if we were really assholes, we wouldn't have had you up here. And as soon as I heard about the Casanat thing, we'd have told you get the fuck out. I mean, you know, disrespecting somebody's mom and then saying that shit about Harriet Tubman. If we were really being assholes and really trying to belittle you, we would told you.
I understand that, man. I just feel like at the end of the day, you can't hold something against someone if they're changing and becoming a better person and understanding.
You know you're changing and how.
Well, you know, you don't. None
to really believe you when you build your whole.
I understand it.
On being a liar.
Of course, and no one has to believe me. At the end of the day, if you don't want to believe me, you don't have to believe me. But if you actually sit down and watch my streams and understand the growth, then you see it. And if you don't, it's fuck. It's like at the end of the day, I'm not here to prove anything to people. I can do it the best I can. People can judge me. I don't care. I'm gonna.
I just made a video talking about Neon and his attempt to rebrand himself out here on the internet by doing an interview on The Breakfast Club. I don't believe Neon can rebrand himself because I think Neon is sick. And unlike that fake disease he pretended to have a couple years ago when he was faking his death, this time he is actually ill. Just like if he was on heroin or on meth, Neon is suffering from a different type of addiction. And that is from fame. And nobody comes crashing down harder than a meth addict or a heroin addict than a celebrity or an influencer. But what's effed up is just like the heroin addict and just like the meth addict, the celebrity and the influencer are both addicted to a substance. But their substance is different. It's more or less a chemical reaction in the brain that develops into a substance called dopamine. And just like that heroin addict and just like that meth addict, they will do almost anything on earth to get that dope. Another thing and another reason why they call it dope is because it makes you stupid. It makes you so stupid that as a celebrity and an influencer, you start to ignore things. You just completely dismiss all the heinous activity of the people that follow you, all your subscribers, all your viewers. You just ignore all the terrible things that they possibly do that reflects you. It's what causes you to say, that's just the chat. That's just the internet. Well, no, that isn't just the internet. Everywhere I'm walking around or everywhere I see on the internet where there's black people, there aren't just watermelon emojis going around being spammed in the chat. Nobody's just saying, spam the banana. I mean, that's just not what's going on everywhere. Like, I noticed that you're one of those good friends to Aiden Ross, who most of his fan base is dedicated to calling Casanat a monkey. What a coincidence that you and the other worthless, insidious 6 brothers that you have out here on the internet, along with you, Aiden Ross, Sneeko, Kanye, Charleston White, and Poetic Flacco, all y'all combined to be 6 individuals that everybody would start placing bets on that you wouldn't get asked if you walked into a club together. Like, everybody already knows that y'all are just some bozos and some weirdos. Kanye looking homeless. You got 5'2" Godzilla, Poetic Flacco walking around. Then you got Popeye, Charleston White. And then you're just walking around with another set of dwarfs with Aiden Ross, you, and who's the other one? Sneeko, another weenie who allows his woman to get banged in front of him by other dudes. Interesting combination of people. You can't rebrand because you're addicted. And it's one of those addictions that really requires a special form of rehab that we have never created. It sounds like a business opportunity that I can create right here at Random University. Start an entire rehabilitation department for people who have crashed out from their careers. Because it is a sickness. Dopamine is something that they will chase just like that meth. They will do damn near anything to get more of it. They will sabotage their family. They will sabotage their friends. They will throw all sorts of people under the bus. They will sell out to make sure they stay relevant to keep getting that dope. Because fame, watching your channel grow, watching yourself get more viewers, making more money, that's a rush that people cannot describe. And that's why so many people get out here on the internet, so they can chase that high. I know that high from a very, very small level. Biggest video I've had on the channel only did like 45,000 views. Boy, that was quite a rush for a little while. Watching my channel grow from 200 subscribers to like 700 and something. It was quite the rush. Every time I look back at the app, numbers went up. You're starting to think, wow, this might be it. This might be the moment I get big. People want it. People want the fame. But a lot of people don't understand why they want it. Most of them just want it for the money. They want it for the clout so they can get the women that they can never get. And a part of the delusion and a part of the sickness is they start actually believing that they were actually worth the damn. Sadly, people like Neon aren't talented at all. They actually start believing that the women that are around them want to be around them for wanting to be around them. And that is so far from the truth. That is what points them to the top tiers of the delusion chart. It's a sad place to be. I almost feel bad for them, except for the fact that they're just so arrogant and smug that they make it impossible. You can't feel bad for them because they're just revealing their true character all the time. Like the person who gets money and is a good person was a good person beforehand. The person who was shit when they get money was a person who was shit beforehand. Money only enhances the person you are. But it's a sickness that really needs another form of medication. And hallucinogenics is not going to be the ones to fix this one. Because it's partially what led a lot of these people to be down this path in the first place. Hallucinating. Losing their mind under dopamine. Dopamine is scary. Because it can turn itself into something that is just as dangerous as crystal meth. Whatever other crazy drugs that people are creating and manufacturing out there to mess up people. And this is why I believe that Neon cannot rebrand. Because I don't think he wants to let go of it. When he was pressed about the whole "we don't believe you" change thing, his whole attitude changed. There was a part of him that was wanting to lash out. There was a part of him that was still in there. And that's the part that lets me know that he has not changed. You're still hanging out with Sneeko. You have not changed. The company you keep around you is what is telling. Those aren't good people to keep around you, because those people have no morals. They stand on nothing. Just like him. But until he really wants to admit that he has changed, you're going to have to realize that, guess what? Everybody isn't going to jump on the bandwagon immediately. Just because you changed this last week because you went to church, you picked up a Bible, you realize that, oh my God, maybe I was diddling some kids back in the day. Oh, I'm trying to be a different person now. You know, it might take some people a while to get over that, if they ever do. More than likely not, especially if it was something that severe. But people who beat women, people who are also in other types of form of abusive relationships, drug addicts that stole everything from their family, robbed them completely blind, other people who were physically abusive, people just don't forgive you overnight because you had an enlightening and you said you changed. It takes time. It may take decades. Some people may never forgive you. But if you've really changed, you're going to stay stoic and you're going to stay grounded and you're going to stay on that changed path where your mindset can no longer be altered because you have given yourself up to God. You let him have it. So now you should be permanently at peace. But Neon's not permanently at peace, and he's just a reflection of a lot of other people who claim to be on this path. And it's all a lie. And fans still find a way to eat it up. And it's crazy that people don't know how to read individuals like this better, because it's clearly a facade.
I understand that, man. I just feel like at the end of the day, you can't hold something against someone if they're changing and becoming a better person, and understanding.
How do you know you're changing, and how?
Well, you know, you don't. None
to really believe you when you build your whole.
I understand it.
On being a liar.
Of course, and no one has to believe me. And at the end of the day, if you don't want to believe me, you don't have to believe me. But if you actually sit down and watch my streams and understand the growth, then you see it. And if you don't, it's fuck. It's like at the end of the day, I'm not here to prove anything to people. I can do it the best I can. People can judge me. I don't care. I'm gonna.
It's just I don't believe it, not for 1 second. He can't rebrand himself because his whole life is revolved around fame and attention. And unless he gets that attention, he's never going to be happy, because that's the only thing that's ever really brought him happiness, I believe. Just like so many others that seek attention out here on the internet.